All right, here we are, Asgard Radio. We are sitting with, where are we first? What is this place called? Estate. That's what it's called. Can't remember what the hell this place is called. I'm sorry, I have had a few scotches. Anyway, I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves. They were the first band to go on today. So we'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll go ahead and find out about the entire band. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Ani Jonas. I play keyboard.
I'm Tyler Smith. I play bass.
We're actually called OUTDrejas, and I'm David Drejas.
That's all you got? All right.
That's all that's needed.
Okay. I'm BC on the mic. I'm the guest hip-hop artist with OUTDrejas.
Hippity hop.
Hip-hop artist.
I'm Jake D, and I'm the drummer of OUTDrejas.
Okay, so before we get started, how old are you?
13.
27.
28.
19.
24.
Okay, so now that we got everybody's age in there, so I'm 49. I'm the old man here. So, all right, let's ask you, because you act like his age on stage. So I'm gonna start with you. How did you get the band together? Where are you guys from? Give me a little background about who you guys are.
Well, we're out of, I'm out of Homewood, Illinois. Well, like pretty much everybody else is out of Plainfield, Illinois. But we say Homewood anyway. And Ani met Ani at a show, and she joined as the keyboard player, and then Tyler joined, and we've had a different members changes. And then Jake, we met Jake, and then Jake joined, and I went to high school at BC, and we started 3 years ago as a band, and I started playing under the David OUTDrejas moniker about 5 or 6 years ago, and we had a battle of the bands in Mojo's back when that existed in Joliet, and I had a fake band. A fake band. I was there. I was the bass player in a metal band. That was a Craigslist band, and the guy booking that, I knew him from playing there with the Craigslist band, and I went up to him. And I'm like, "Hey, I got a band. Like, can we play?" And I didn't have a band. I was full of crap, and he booked my fake band. So I had a month to get a band together, and we had to play like a half-hour original music at this battle of the bands, and we took second. And then we got to open for Puddle of Mud, and then we got to play House of Blue, and it's just been a collection of like going out there and making friends with the other opening bands and stuff, and just being part of the community, and then finally, we got a bunch of people together that enjoy playing music a lot and want to make a career out of it, and so we're trying to make our push. Well,
you got the young man over there. He's very young, and her, you do, yeah, and her, you got a very diverse age group here. So, how did you get a 19-year-old, a 13-year-old to come together and play with you? How did that come about?
Well, like I was saying before, like we had when you start a band like that out of nowhere, you're not necessarily getting a bunch of like lifelong committed musicians. So we've had a lot of people that have come and gone from the band. But now we don't leave on like bad terms. Like it's just they have jobs or whatever. Right. So, you're always like making friends in the community. So this is honestly, it's been like a super group almost of musicians. Like, we met Ani at a show. She was just at, and was like, gave her a CD and was like, here, if you like it, play, And then like, Tyler was from Within the Trenches. Okay. Jake here is from Stellar West. Like BC's been releasing his own hip hop music for the last, few years here and stuff. So a lot of the bands that I like are either like lifelong friends or almost like super groups in like their own community. So we figured let's try.
Hey, why not?
So
all right, let's start with you. You're 13. Okay, you can't say, "Oh, I've been doing this my whole life," because if you've been doing this your whole life, that's not a very long life. So how long have you been playing, and when did you get started? Because it's amazing to see a 13-year-old up here.
So I got my first drum kit when I was 3 years old, and then I started taking lessons around 6. And then I just never stopped, and one thing led to another, and now I'm here.
So So, when you got your drum set and you started playing, was that what you wanted, or was it like your parents bought it for you just for something to do?
Well, one of my aunts, they saw me like drumming on pots and pans, and she said he needs a drum kit. So then she got me one for, I think it was around Christmas, and then I just never stopped, and I always wanted to do it.
I'm buying my grandson a drum set. He's a year and a half. I'm starting him now. Still a year and a half. So you're the hip hop artist with this, and hippity. Okay, and so they played country before hip hop, and I'm thinking, all right, who do these guys think they are? Big and rich? So what?
Yeehaw!
Yeah. How did you get involved with the band? I mean, them being. I mean, did you want to make it diverse? You guys said you went to high school together, so did you guys? He was in a band, and you're like, hey, why don't we add some of this to it, or how did that come about?
Well, after we graduated high school, we kind of lost communication. No bad feelings or anything, just life being life. And he hit me up on Facebook one time and said, hey, I'm going to be performing at the House of Blues. You want to come see me? Of course. I hadn't seen him in
7 years.
7 years or something like that. And at the House of Blues, it was a great opportunity. And then after that,
half of a Jake.
Half of a Jake, yeah, that's a great unit of measurement.
7 years.
That is a great unit of measurement. And after that, I was just so impressed because I never saw him perform. Right. And I was just so impressed by seeing him on stage. I was just blown away. And I just said, we should do something. He said, okay, well, we've got some things coming up. Let's see what we can do. And then our first performance together was at what was it? Lasson's. It was at Lasson's in Homewood.
Okay. The
local bar, where all the drunks and ruffians go.
Lasson's is cool, man. Lasson's is cool. Don't hate on Lasson's.
I'm not. I was just saying. So we performed there, and then just from then on, we just kept practicing and going to more shows, and then that's how Castle Walls was formed. It was actually one of my own originals that I wrote as a cover from T.I.'s song called Castle Walls. Okay. And we just made a rock version, basically, and just made everything original.
We added power chords to it.
Power chords?
He actually did like the power stances in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. Yeah. You gotta do it.
Has he always been like this too? Has he always acted like this?
If you're a guitar player, you're only as good as your power stance.
Has he always been like this? Is this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. That's all I can say.
He acts like his age, so that on stage. That's why I was asking, because he's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, if I played an instrument, I would be the exact same way.
Yeah.
So, but I just do it with a microphone and words.
Do what you do best.
It's why we get along so well.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't stop.
That is not the word.
When you started rapping, I was like, I can do Rappers Delight. That's about it. That's about all I know. Oh, and I can do Mama's Gonna Knock You Out. I know LL Cool J. So other than that, I'm done. 'Cause that's my era.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
If I heard some like Ice Cube and Ice-T, I could probably,
I like Ice Cube.
But other than that, yeah.
He's never done the song "Forget About OUTDrejas."
Oh, I would. I so would. Yes.
That's okay. That's all right. So you're a young lady. You're only 19. How long have you been? Is keyboard something you started with also? And they said they saw you at a show. Was it another band?
So I started when I was 4, and then my friend was playing drums with them for a while because they had, a couple different people. So I figured I'd go see them, and yeah, they gave me a CD and said if I was interested.
And that was it.
Huh?
You just picked it up and started playing, and
yeah.
there you go. Go ahead.
So the 3 people here of all the members that have ever played are the only 3 people that ever came to their first practice with all the songs already memorized.
Oh, really?
Which is awesome. So that's like means a lot, because it's like it takes hours to get the little nuances of things, and not that the songs are overly complicated, but it's just it's nice like that people care enough to.
Not a 3-chord song.
Yeah, Ani learned everything in like, what was it, like 4 days?
Yeah.
she came to practice, and like Tyler learned everything in 3 just to show Ani up, and Jake learned everything super quick. Like I don't, so.
Well, he's a kid. He's a sponge. They pick everything up. I mean, once you give a kid a music, my grandson's a year and a half, and he's got rhythm.
I'm convinced that Jake is a superhero.
Oh yeah.
I think it's true.
You agree? But no, because when I say he's got rhythm, my grandson will stand next to me while I'm on air, and he'll to the beat. Or if like one of his musicals are on, he'll clap, and it's in beat. So before they get started on stage, we haven't talked to you yet. So how did you get started with them, and where did you get your start from?
All right. Well, I started about 10 years ago playing bass. I got one for Christmas. I'm just like, okay, this is what I want to do. So I was playing a show with my metal band. He said them earlier, and I played with them for the first time. And I actually walked up to Ani, started talking to her for a little bit, and we made a connection. So from there, they lost their bass player over the summer. So I was right there with Dave when that happened. So I'm just like, hey, you know what, Dave, I'll fill right in. Just put me on this bill. Okay.
So real quick before they get started, what do you guys got coming up? Are you keeping him on the bill? Is he going to be traveling with you?
Oh, he's of course. He's not just our band member. He's our friend. So.
Oh, we got a band going on.
Well, we are playing the Black Friday Next to Rock show on November 24th. It shows live in Rosemont. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're playing with our friends in Bullet to the Heart.
Okay.
And whoever wins gets to go play at the Viper Room in Cali. So
cool.
That'll be a lot of fun.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right, I wish we had more time. I didn't know they were going on right away, but good luck to everybody. And I really hope.
It's OUTDrejas. It's OUTDrejas. You can go to ChicagoBullsRock.com, thatChicagoBand.com, or just OUTDrejas.com.
And that was what I was going to ask you. So we got it covered. Let's get out of here so we can go see the other band. We'll be right back.